Emma sat at her desk. The phone rang. It was her boss. "Emma, come to my office," he said. Emma stood up. She felt a little nervous. Her hands were cold. She walked down the long hallway. The door was half open. She knocked. "Come in," the boss said. He looked serious. Emma sat down. He took a deep breath. "Emma," he said, "we have to let you go." Emma blinked. "What? Why?" The boss looked away. "You are 35 now," he said. "We want fresh ideas, young energy." Emma didn't speak. Her heart hurt. She felt like falling. "I gave 10 years to this job," she whispered. "I worked late. I worked weekends." "I'm sorry," the boss said. "It's a business decision." Emma stood up. She didn't cry. She didn't shout. She just said, "Okay." She went back to her desk. She took a small box. She put her things inside. A blue pen. A photo of her dog. A mug that said, "You got this." And a yellow sticky note. The note said, "Keep going, no matter what." She read it once, then again. Emma walked out of the building. It was cold outside, but her hands were warm. She whispered to herself, "Age is not a problem. People are." And then she kept walking. Emma sat on her bed. The room was quiet. No email, no call, no job. She opened her laptop. She typed, "Marketing jobs for women over 35. No good results. She changed the words. She searched again. Still nothing. She looked in the mirror. Her hair was messy. Her eyes were tired. She said to herself, "Maybe they're right. Maybe I am too old." She closed the laptop. She walked to the kitchen. The fridge was almost empty. One bottle of water, one small piece of cheese. She laughed, but it wasn't funny. Then tears came. She sat on the floor, back against the cold fridge. She hugged her knees. "I used to be someone," she whispered. "I used to feel strong." A memory came. Late nights at the office. Emails, coffee, more emails. She worked hard. She tried her best. Now no one cared. She looked at the small sticky note on the fridge. It said, "Keep going, no matter what." She smiled a little. Then she said, "The hardest days teach us the most." She didn't sleep that night. She just lay in bed, thinking, waiting, hoping. The next day, Emma went to the library. She walked slowly. Her bag felt heavy, even though it was almost empty. She found a quiet seat by the window. She opened her notebook. But she did not write. She looked around. Everyone seemed busy. Everyone looked like they knew what to do. Emma felt small. She put her head down. Then someone spoke. "Is this seat free?" Emma looked up. A woman stood there. She wore a bright yellow coat. Her smile was warm. "Yes," Emma said. The woman sat down. She opened an old laptop. For a few minutes they said nothing. Then the woman turned to Emma. "You look tired," she said. "Are you okay?" Emma didn't answer at first. Then she whispered, "No, I'm not." The woman nodded. "My name is Nina," she said. "I'm Emma." "Nice to meet you, Emma." They were quiet again. Then Nina spoke. "I lost my job 2 years ago." Emma looked at her. "You did?" "Yes, I was 38. No one wanted to hire me." Emma sat up straighter. "You understand," she said. "I do," Nina said. "But I found a new path. I'm still walking it." Emma asked, "How?" Nina smiled. "I joined a group. Women helping women. We meet, we learn, we grow." Emma said nothing, but her eyes were full. Nina leaned closer. "You're not done, Emma. You're just beginning again." Emma's voice was small. "Do you think I can do something new?" Nina nodded. "Yes, but you don't have to do it alone." Emma looked down. Then she looked up. Her eyes were clearer. "When one door closes, another one opens. Sometimes you need help to find it." Emma stood up. "Where do I go?" she asked. Nina stood too. Come with me, I'll show you. They walked out of the library side by side. The sun was soft. Emma didn't know what was next. But she wasn't afraid anymore. Nina took Emma to a small cafe. It was quiet. There were books on the wall and flowers on each table. Emma looked around. "This is nice," she said. Nina smiled. "This is our space," she said. "Women come here to work, to learn, to rest." They sat near the window. 2 other women sat across the room. One was typing, one was drawing. Both looked focused, both looked happy. Emma asked, "Do they have jobs?" "Some do," Nina said. "Some are starting something new. We help each other." Emma looked unsure. "But I don't know what to do now." Nina asked, "What do you love?" Emma thought. She took a deep breath. "I love words," she said. "I love telling stories." Nina's eyes lit up. "That's something," she said. "You can help people with words." Emma said, "But I'm not a writer." Nina shook her head. "You don't need to be perfect. You just need to start." Emma looked out the window. A little girl walked by with a red balloon. The balloon said, "Shine bright." Emma smiled. "I used to write for fun," she said. "Maybe. I can write again." Nina nodded. "Start small. Help small shops tell their story. Write simple. Write honest." Emma's eyes filled with light. She could see a new door. Not fully open, but not closed anymore. If no one gives you a seat at the table, build your own table. Emma whispered, "I think I can do this." Nina said, "You don't have to think. Just begin." 2 months later, Emma sat in the same cafe. This time she had a laptop. This time she looked ready. Nina sat beside her. "You have a meeting today," Nina said. Emma nodded. "I'm a little nervous," she said. Nina smiled. "That means you care." The door opened. A woman walked in holding a cake box. She wore an apron with pink flowers. "Hi, I'm Lily," she said. "I own Sweet Days Bakery." Emma stood up. "Hi, I'm Emma. Please sit down." They talked for 20 minutes. Lily said, "I make cakes, but I can't write. I need a short story for my website. Something warm, something sweet." Emma smiled. "I can help." That night, Emma wrote, "We make sweet things for sweet people. Each cake has a story. Each bite is a smile." She sent it to Lily. 10 minutes later, Lily replied, "This is perfect. I love it." Emma looked at the screen. Her hands shook a little. Then she laughed. The next day, Lily came back. She handed Emma an envelope. Inside was money, real money. Emma had just finished her first job. She walked down the street. She passed a small shop. In the window, she saw something yellow, a coat. It looked just like Nina's. She walked in and bought it. Later that day, she put it on. It was warm. It felt strong. It felt like her. She took a photo. She posted it with a message. "Today, I begin again. Thank you, Nina." As she left the cafe, she saw a woman sitting alone. She looked lost. Emma walked over. "Hi," she said. "Is this seat free?" The woman looked up. Her eyes were tired. Emma smiled. Sometimes one kind word can save a life.